So just working on this other 5-horse Briggs here. First order of business was to get the pulley off the end of it. As you can see here, I pretty well got it off now, but in order to get it to this point was had a major headache. First thing that happened, the set screw stripped out, so I used a fellow YouTuber's idea and attacked it with a 1/4-inch carbide drill bit. What do you know? It drilled it out. So you got to be careful how deep you go, though. You don't want to go into the crankshaft, but generally in this case it just went into the key, but it didn't even do it any real damage. The key was stuck in there unbelievably tight too. But anyway, so then I had to pull the pulley off the engine, and of course it was right up against a plate here on the back of the engine, so there was no room to get the puller onto it there. So I ended up using chisels. If you set one on each side, you get them opposite to each other. You pound them in. Make sure you don't aim right at the crankshaft. Aim so you go under it, under the crankshaft if you come past it. And generally the pressure of 2 of them is enough to pop it, get it to start to slide. I also had penetrating oil on it too, soaking for a few hours. And then I went to, you go larger chisels, and if you have to, stack one on top of the other to get them to push your pulley out. So eventually I did get enough room to put the 3-jaw puller on. I have a couple sizes of them. They're not expensive pullers, but they generally work. But then the problem was, because it's a pulley, a V-belt pulley, the jaws wanted to jump off. So whenever I tried to tighten it up, the jaw just jumped right off the pulley. So I was starting to get a little bit kind of ticked off about that, and people's lack of insight when they design and install these pulleys, why they don't put like a flange on this end that you can get a hold of. This has a 3-belt pulley, and there's like nowhere to get a hold of it. And of course you try gripping the flat edge here, it just snaps. I got lots of little pieces there of cast iron. But anyways, so I come up with a brilliant idea of putting a hose clamp around it there. Now I've got it backed off, but I had it pretty tight when I was actually pulling it off. So that actually worked. It kept the jaws tight against the pulley, and it pulled the pulley off of there. One other little trick I'll show you here. The problem I had with this puller is that the snout here is larger than the 3/4-inch shaft. So that created a problem because it has to go into the pulley in order to extract it. So I just used a 1/2-inch long socket. Just get the socket that fits the closest to the shaft diameter there, and especially if you have maybe or a piece of shaft with a drill a little dimple in the end there. It gives the cone on the puller somewhere to center. The socket does the same thing with the square there, and just, do your best to be careful with it, or you could possibly break your socket. The other thing I did that I don't always do, I wore safety glasses because I wasn't sure. The hose clamps aren't designed to do this type of thing, so it'd be possible that it could tear in half and go flying or something, catch you in the face, whatever. Same thing with pullers. They can jump off too with pretty good force, and of course definitely with hammer and chisels you always need to wear safety glasses. So being safe is the first thing. You don't want to end up in the hospital over a pulley. But anyways, I won the war and got the pulley off. It's just stuck a little bit there right now because I put it on there just to make the video, but anyway, I got that off of there, so I'm ready to tear the engine apart. And just to review here again, what stopped this, what I called the farm-old Briggs here from running was, from turning over all the way, was some carbon come off of the cylinder head here. I'll show you if I can close up there. The carbon in this area over here is in the order of 1/8 inch thick minimum. So it came off and got on top of the piston and wouldn't allow the crankshaft to turn over all the way. Anyway, I see this vid's getting pretty long here, so that's just some suggestions there to help you out with getting pulleys off these engines that sometimes seem to be next to impossible to do. Anyway, best of luck getting pulleys off.